Hi, my name's Tom Martin. I'm a solicitor within the employment team at Wilkin Chapman Solicitors. Any current or former member of the armed forces can bring a service complaint in respect of any alleged mistreatment they suffered during their service. That is subject to them meeting specific time requirements and also making sure that their complaint is eligible under the service complaint scheme. If you want to bring a service complaint, you need to look at JSP 831. That's the document that sets out the procedure for bringing a complaint. The form to fill in to submit your complaint is at Annex F of the JSP. That needs to be filled in, setting out your complaint in full and what redress you are seeking as a result of the complaint, and that needs to be submitted within 3 months of the alleged acts that you're complaining about. A service complaint can cover quite a wide scope of matters, basically any alleged mistreatment during your service. Examples of that can include bullying and harassment, discrimination, and also any discharges which you believe were unfair. Any member of the armed forces can bring specific types of discrimination claim in the Employment Tribunal. Those claims need to be brought within 6 months of the alleged acts of discrimination that they're complaining about. And the subject matter of the claim also needs to have been dealt with by a service complaint first of all. Unfortunately, members of the armed forces can't bring claims for either unfair dismissal or constructive unfair dismissal. So unfortunately, if you want to bring an employment tribunal claim and have the benefit of legal advice, it will cost you. It's very difficult to say at the outset how much that might be, but on the basis that it goes to a final hearing and depending upon the complexity of the claim that you're bringing, it can cost anywhere between £7,000 and £15,000. The parties to an employment tribunal claim will generally bear their own costs, whether they win or lose. It's actually very rare for cases to go to a final hearing at the Employment Tribunal. Most cases will settle at some stage before it gets to that point, meaning it's unlikely that you will ever have to actually physically attend the tribunal. So 12 months notice is the standard notice period which is required before a service person can be allowed to leave the service. However, there may be certain circumstances in which you might want to request to leave early. If you want to do that, you need to bring an application for what's called early release. That is a privilege, however, and not a right, so it is at the discretion of the service as to whether or not they accept that application. If you do bring an application, you need to make sure that you provide sufficient evidence to state that your application is reasonable and also operationally viable.